Trap party. Yeah, I send yoga.
Subscribe. It's been quite some time, but let's go ahead and see some boxing. Right now I'm in Paris, and it feels good to be covering some boxing. And there's a lot to discuss. Some time. George the Boxing Genius, I'm the MBM. SBM Boxing family. All we do is cover boxing. But even though I haven't been creating videos and stuff like that, but I've been keeping up with boxing. You know, I've been at the Boxing Genius house, and there's a lot to discuss. You know, but I've been super busy with stuff like that. But I'm in here right now. At least I can speak about boxing. You know, I know there's been a lot of demands and stuff like that for me to give my fight prediction to George the Boxing Genius, or Clyde, the Godfather, on the Dan fight, the Brooks versus Spence fight, the Canelo versus the Chavez Jr. fight, and that's all that stuff that I'm going to go ahead and cover. But one thing I'm not going to cover is the Mayweather versus Conor McGregor fight. I don't even see how that fight's even happening. I don't even know how that's even an exciting discussion out there in the boxing world and things like that. I would like to see Conor McGregor fight like an AB, Berto, or even a Kershaw. You can see Tom going down, but I'll make sure I cover some of those fights, just little by little, getting my activity up. Just trying to cover this boxing. But anyways, since I'm in Paris, France, I'm actually 6 hours ahead. But I wanted to catch that Deontay Wilder versus Gerald Washington fight. I'll probably be sleeping by the time that happens, so I'm gonna do a prediction right now. So I'll go ahead and catch it tomorrow morning or whatever after the fact. So I won't be able to cover that live. But anyways, he's taking on an ex-pro, an unknown, an inexperienced, undefeated, which I think he's 18-0, one draw. With my that Mansour beat. When he fought Mansour, that's draw. I honestly thought that Washington lost that fight. I think Washington won the first, second, third, fourth round, and he just got it. That was several years ago, whatever. But I think he has that one loss. But anyways, this fight's taking place in Birmingham, Alabama. That's where Deontay Wilder's from. But let's just, Washington. He's an athlete. He's a football player. I think it's going to be an okay fight. I don't think it's going to be an exciting fight whatsoever. He beat Eddie Chambers via unanimous decision on PBC. If I recall that correctly, I actually watched that fight. I seen Danny Garcia commentate that fight, but PBC, please, needs to just let Danny Garcia fight and just stay away from commentating. He's not a Paulie Malignaggi. He's not a Foreman. He's not a Roy Jones. He's definitely not. I actually used to enjoy watching, Prince Nassim cover fights. But Danny doesn't have, he's the lead. But anyways, he's an exciting fighter, which that's another fight we're going to go ahead and talk about. It's Keith Thurman versus Danny Garcia, which I created a video about that. I think it was like last week or something like that. But anyway, Eddie Washington beat Eddie Chambers. Eddie was slow. He was a slow-paced fighter for Washington. But Chambers, he was able to counter him over the right with the slow jab that Washington had, which I think that's what Deontay Wilder is going to do all night. That's going to be. But I think his most recent fight, he fought a Ray Chambers. He came out with a fourth round knockout, which was clearly predicted. Chambers. I'm sorry, Ray Austin. He lost his last three of his last four. I think, the one guy he beat was like 15-20, 15-20. I don't know, some shit. And he won unanimous decision. So, anyways, Wilder should win this fight period. You know, Deontay itself, you know, he's going against the media. He's going against the boxing fans out there. Yes, he hasn't been tested whatsoever, but I still think he has the skills to pay the bills. You know, he's looking to unify all the titles. He hasn't been challenged whatsoever. I think his last fight, you know, he stopped Chris Arreola, 8th round, and he completely dominated him. You know, Chris wasn't really getting to him. Reach advantage. Chris looked tired. He looked winded. He looked sloppy. It's just a different type of Deontay Wilder. Deontay Wilder was able to utilize the jab, utilize the ring, head movement. He was just too quick for Arreola. So I think Arreola was just getting dominated, period. But even after that loss, you know, he suffered from an injury. I think he suffered. I think he tore his bicep, whatever the case may be. But with the inactivity going on, there's no reason why. You know, I was my fight prediction in this video. Gerald Washington, I don't see him posing a threat whatsoever. Washington is an athlete. I think he's getting better and better every single fight. I think Deontay will be him with experience. I think if it goes later on in the rounds, I think Washington definitely doesn't have what it takes. You know, he doesn't have enough in the tank to match up with Deontay's ability and endurance. You know, Wilder hasn't been tested. He wasn't really tested, and I don't think Washington's going to be a test for him whatsoever. I know a lot of people will question the Bronx Bomber and things like that, but I think he's the truth, man. I think he's the truth. You know, I honestly think that he will beat Luis Ortiz. You know, I think he'll beat Charles Martin. I think he'll beat Klitschko. I don't know about that one. Anthony Joshua, I think that'll be a good fight. That's going to be a toss-up. I think he has Wilder has more experience than Joshua. But Joshua, you know, he's 18-0, so he definitely Wilder has more fun. He moves a little bit better. But Joshua, man, he throws the brick oven, the kitchen sink at your ass, man. So he definitely has some power. He has some power. So I know a lot of us hasn't seen, as boxing fans, hasn't seen. And as far as the size matchup is definitely there. You know, so I think that's the fight that I definitely want to see. You know, everyone else is unpredictable. Ortiz is unpredictable. Charles Martin just got his ass whipped by Anthony Joshua. Klitschko, he's already over the hill. So if Wilder fights Klitschko, that's great. But the fight I want to see Anthony Joshua take on Deontay Wilder. You know, I think the size is there, the power is there. I think Joshua, if he touches Deontay Wilder, I would at least want to see how he reacts and takes that punch and eats it. But anyways, Washington, what's my fight prediction? Washington might even get his ass knocked out within 3 rounds. You know, I think it's a little crazy and stuff like that, but I wouldn't be surprised unless Deontay, you know, takes it a little further just to entertain the crowd, doesn't piss people off like Tyson fights back in the day. But anyways, guys, this is Kenneth as me in boxing. I honestly think Deontay Wilder is going to knock out Washington. But what's next? I want to see him fight Anthony Joshua. I really don't know what else to talk about. One thing we're going to talk about is on the link below. If you look at the description, you have Christian M. Camacho, which is the son of Macho Camacho, legend Macho Camacho. He's coming up. He's a great kid. He's hungry. He's motivated. You know, he was out there training with TMT and Mayweather's gym. You know, he suffered his first loss, got a new training camp, got new people, whatever. I don't even want to talk politics or anything like that, but he's been winning his last fights, you know, and he's slowly but surely has a fight coming up in April 1st. But that dude's serious, man. He's definitely serious. Christian MC Camacho. So check out his website. It's therealmachotime.com. It's the truth, man. He has some media days coming up, and I would say in the next couple years, he's fighting at 122 right now. So he's definitely the dude to see, you know. But anyways, guys, this is Kenneth. That's being boxing. For everyone request, subscribe. Have a good one. Let me know what you guys think.